Hello and welcome. In today's Explainer, we're diving into something that's absolutely critical for any leader right now. It's based on a really sharp report for executives from the technology advisory firm Virtualization Options LLC. We're going to unpack the relationship between technical debt, that invisible force that's probably slowing your company down, and AI, the thing that promises to be your rocket fuel.
So let me ask you a question, and I want you to really think about this. Does it ever feel like your innovation engine is just stuck in first gear? You're pushing to go faster, to build the next big thing, but something just keeps holding you back. Well, that something is exactly what we're talking about today.
That something has a name: technical debt. And honestly, the best way to get your head around it is to think of it like a financial loan. Your team needs to hit a deadline, so they take a shortcut in the code. That's the loan. You get the short-term win, which feels great. But later on, you have to pay it back. And you better believe there's interest.
And let's be clear, this isn't just some tech team headache. That interest hits your bottom line hard. Everything starts to move slower, your costs go up because simple fixes suddenly become huge projects, the quality of your product starts to slip, and before you know it, your competitors, well, they're starting to pull ahead.
Okay, so into this already tricky situation, we're going to throw a massive curveball: artificial intelligence. AI is changing literally everything about how we build technology, and its relationship with technical debt, well, that's where things get really interesting.
Here's the thing, and this is the paradox at the heart of it all. AI is a total double-edged sword. It has this incredible, almost magical ability to help you clean up your existing technical debt, but, and this is a huge but, if you're not careful, it can also become the single biggest source of new and, frankly, more complicated debt you've ever seen.
Let's break that down. On one hand, AI can be like the super-powered cleanup crew. It can automatically scan old code, suggest fixes, even find bugs you didn't know you had. Amazing, right? But on the other hand, if you just let it run wild, it can generate messy, inefficient code or tangle you up in new dependencies that create a whole new layer of debt.
So if AI is both a potential poison and the antidote, what do you do? How do you lead your team through this? How do you grab all that amazing potential without falling into the trap? This is where we stop talking about the problem and start talking about the playbook. The report lays out this really clear four-step roadmap. You assess, you integrate, you run a pilot, and then you scale. It's a structured approach, not just a mad dash. But here's the kicker. The journey doesn't start with technology at all.
That's right. Before you buy a single piece of AI software, the first and most critical move is to work on your company culture. Think about it. Technology is just an amplifier. It makes good habits great, but it makes bad habits disastrous. You have to get the human part right first.
And this case study of Company B from the report just nails it. They made one simple but profound change. They stopped treating technical debt like IT's dirty little secret. Instead, they put it on the official product backlog, right next to all the shiny new features. This forced the business and tech teams to finally speak the same language and prioritize work based on what actually matters to the customer.
So this brings it all back to you, the executive. Your job is to be the architect of this culture. You have to be the one who breaks down those walls between IT and the rest of the business. You have to fight for the funding, and you have to reward teams for doing the smart thing, for proactively managing debt, not just for shipping the next feature. You empower them to own the problem together.
Okay. So once that collaborative culture is starting to click, now you can bring in the numbers. You can finally move away from conversations that are all about feelings and hunches and start proving the real-world impact of all this hard work. This table from the report is pure gold for an executive. It translates all that tech stuff in the language of business. Want to know if you're actually moving faster? Look at your development velocity. Is the product getting more reliable for customers? Track your bug rate. And are you saving money on just keeping the lights on? That's your maintenance costs. This is how you prove the ROI.
So let's look at another case study from the report. Company A. This is a perfect example of what happens when you combine that great culture we talked about with the right technology.
So Company A, a fintech, was basically drowning in debt from ancient systems. But once they had their strategy and culture aligned, they brought in the AI tools. They used AI to make sense of their complex old code,
to automatically rewrite parts of it, and to track their progress. And, this is key, they invested in training their people on how to actually use these new superpowers.
All right, managing the debt you have today is one thing, but what's coming next? Because the role AI plays here is evolving so fast. It's shifting from being a reactive tool to a truly proactive partner.
The future is all about prevention. Just imagine an AI that can look at code while it's being written and say, hey, hold on, that shortcut you're about to take is going to cause a major problem in 6 months. Or tools that don't just find problems but fix them on their own. That's where this is all going. Systems that learn, adapt, and get smarter over time.
And that brings us to the final and most important thought I want to leave you with. Let's be totally honest with ourselves. Your AI strategy is going to create technical debt. That's not really up for debate. The only question you need to answer is this: is that debt going to be an accident, a chaotic mess that holds you back, or will it be a strategic choice, a calculated risk you take, by design, to propel your business forward? The choice is yours.